Books for Benjamin. In the back lot of a grocery store lived a family of worms. They ate and burrowed their way through apples and peaches, cherries and plums, all the scraps that Mr. Green, the grocer, threw out.
But not Benjamin. He would rather read about adventures in a giant peach than eat one.
Who ever heard of a worm that reads? Said Digger, Benjamin's brother. He laughed so hard he fell from his perch on top of an apple core.
Look at him. Reading can't be healthy, Winona Wormwood told her son. You know, we worms only eat nice rotten things.
Sounds too clean to me, said Ferdinand Wormwood, Benjamin's father. He munched on slimy lettuce and could not be bothered with all this talk of books.
But Benjamin was tired of reading old newspapers and magazines covered with tomato splotches. He had a plan.
That night, as Mr. Green turned off the lights to his grocery store, Benjamin inched his way through a slight crack in the wall.
He slithered over to a rack of newspapers, crawling inside one of them.
Someone is sure to buy this paper tomorrow and take me home, he thought. Then I can finally read real books.
Benjamin was almost too excited to sleep. You know that feeling?
Oh, we do. Sure enough, the next morning, a grey-haired lady with a pleasant smile grabbed the paper where Benjamin was hidden.
Once at home, she sat down on the veranda to enjoy a cup of tea. And when she opened her morning paper...
Benjamin's face peered at her with a grin wider than the Grand Canyon.
He's cute. I want to take him home. I don't think the lady's very happy.
Yuck! A worm, she shrieked. The next sound Benjamin heard was an enormous crash of a giant fly swatter.
Oh, I hope he's okay. Benjamin's heart raced as he searched for a place to hide. Suddenly, a dark shadow loomed large over him. Benjamin didn't dare look. He just curled himself up like a porcupine.
Or an echidna. Left, right. Benjamin bounced like a ping-pong ball between the cat's paws. Up in the air he flew.
Snap!
The macaw's beak narrowly missed Benjamin's tail.
Benjamin dropped with a thud.
Wouldn't be a very loud thud, but yes, I'll pass it. Onto a spider-wort plant. Benjamin clung to the purple leaves for dear life, hoping to blend in.
The same colour as him. That was a close one, said a voice. Almost made it into birdseed, said another.
Mrs. Thimble and her cat almost got you, said a third.
In all his fright, Benjamin hadn't noticed other creatures around him.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wisby, the dragonfly announced.
I'm Dotty, said the lady bird.
And I'm Ginger,
said the ant.
I don't mean to pry, but aren't you supposed to be digging around in dirt?
Nice to meet you all. My name is Benjamin. I don't have much use for dirt. I'm interested in books. Oh, do books taste better than old apples and mulch? Dotty asked.
No, I don't want to eat the books, Benjamin explained. I want to read them.
I don't know much about reading books, said Dotty, but I do know where you can find them, and I'd be happy to take you there.
He's too big for you, my dear, but I can easily take him on my back and you can carry Ginger on yours. So off the little group flew, off to the public library.
What an adventure! Benjamin could not believe his luck. Books were all around him. He spent many happy days and weeks in the library, reading everything he could crawl into.
Wisby, Dotty and Ginger would often visit to hear Benjamin read great stories, everything from dinosaurs to dandelions, pirates to penguins.
Yeah, he's reading about a penguin right now. But one night, the lights to the library suddenly switched on.
Ah, so you're the culprit, said Miss Nicholas, the librarian. Now I know where all those funny marks came from.
I'm sorry, replied Benjamin, withdrawing his tail from the inkwell. I didn't mean to do any harm. It's just that you have so many books. I marked them to remember which ones I've read.
Wow, a worm that reads, Miss Nicholas exclaimed. And just how many have you read so far? She asked.
Almost all of them, and some twice, Benjamin said. But now I really wish there were more books to read.
I might have just the place for you, Miss Nicholas said.
I wonder where.
I wonder. No sooner had she spoken those words than Benjamin found himself together with Miss Nicholas on a train to Washington, D.C.
In the United States of America.
That's right. Before long, they stood at the steps of the Library of Congress. This is the largest of all libraries, Miss Nicholas explained. Most books written each year come here to be catalogued. So, Benjamin, this library is always growing. Visions of great books swirled in Benjamin's head.
He's gone to heaven. Inside the library, Benjamin and Miss Nicholas received a grand tour by the head librarian and various trustees of the Library of Congress. They were all eager to see this book reading phenomenon named Benjamin. They watched in wonder as Benjamin breezed through several stacks of the library's best collections, even the most difficult ones.
The worm's a genius, they cheered.
Oh, look, he's getting his photo taken.
He's having a press conference.
Yeah, look, he's got all his friends with him as well, and family.
Benjamin's picture appeared in all the papers. They even showed him next to the President of the United States.
Ah, that's who it was. Bookworm to work for Library of Congress.
Soon Benjamin became the most widely read person, make that worm, in the whole world, for no book was allowed to be published without first being read and stamped by Benjamin.
If you don't believe the story, just peek inside your books. You might find Benjamin has read them too. Right next to the year the book was published, you'll find his famous signature. It looks like this. The little C with a circle. There he is. Such a cutie pie.
And that's the end of the story.
We'll give you some facts, though, which I think are quite fun.
Yeah, off you go.
Did you know about libraries? The earliest library dates back 2,700 years. Back then, books were made of clay and not paper. Writing marks were made on the clay tablets by using sticks. Nowadays, many libraries not only provide books, but also access to computers. In addition, they also offer fun activities and events. Most countries have a special day dedicated to celebrating libraries. So Lulu and Poppy, have you been to your local library? Are there any fun events or activities that you can do? Let Papa Rick and Jojo know. And then just a little bit about the Library of Congress. The Library of Congress is the largest library in the whole world. It houses not just books, but also music, video, photographs, maps, and many other interesting items in its collection. It even has a children's section. It is not a circulating library. This means you can read books there, but not take them home. It is also home of the US Copyright Office, where many authors or artists send their work to be catalogued. You want to share about the copyright?
Well, yes, that symbol of the C inside a circle. When you create a story or a drawing, you are already protected by copyright. That means if someone copies your work, she or he needs to ask for your permission. The symbol that you see in your book lets people know who created the story and the illustrations. It is used by many countries around the world. It also covers photographs, maps, music, and more.
Awesome. So, Poppy and Lulu and Poppy, we hope you enjoyed this story about Benjamin the worm that reads books.
The bookworm.
The bookworm. Are you a bookworm? Bookworms are,
People
Very
who read
clever.
lots of books.
and they tend to be
Nearly as smart as Papa Rick.
nearly. Papa reads books every night. And it's good for your brain. We love you very much. Have a
We
beautiful
sure do.
Mm. Catch you
See
soon
ya.
on our next Papa Rick and Jojo story time.
See you, little bookworms.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.